This is Susanna Taylor addition remodel here. This is an entryway off of a hallway. Next to that is a washroom coming off of the garage there. Floors in here are travertine, and they end here on an exterior door that's insulated at the foot of the stairwell. The stairwell is unfinished. The walls are finished on this stairwell to 12 foot in height, but the ceiling extends all the way up to 206 inches. There's a guardrail installed. The walls are primed and painted with one coat of paint, but they're not textures as you can see in this picture here. They would need to be textured and primed and painted to be fully finished. You have a gap on either side of the stairwell of over 1 inch. Your rise and run is 7 1/4 by 11. So 11 inches step and 7 inches step up. The total stair count is 15. And the height from the floor here that I'm standing, which is foundation, to the top of the stairs is 108 inches, which is 9 feet. So the total length from the very first stair here to the very top stair is 174 inches. So going up into the space here, the customer wants to finish the drywall work all the way up to the ceiling and drywall the ceiling also. Coming up into a space that's already got a subfloor installed. It's a appropriate subfloor to be able to finish this basement out. It's over 1 inch thick. So there's a stairwell that we just came up. Light fixture at the top with the switch controlling it there. And that switch also runs over to this light here. That has been installed by the customer. There was one previously that's been disconnected, but it's still there. Customer wants a ceiling fan in the center of the room in this area here. So there will need to be a ceiling box put in with bracing to be able to do that. The ceiling height in this area is 8 foot, 96 inches. That's without flooring. That's without drywall. So that dimension will shrink a little bit, but it's really truly 8 foot. In this space up here, you have mechanical access coming up here. This room she wants this room to stop here, and an entryway with an insulated door installed here. Also, the step at the base that's over 20 inches in height. There really needs to be 2 stairs, and she wants them to be the width of the opening to go up into that space there. The opening is about 6 foot by 3 foot. I have the exact dimensions for the rough opening in my notes. Over here, we have shelving installed by the customer that will be removed, as well as over here. So it's difficult to take it all in, but all of this 1x structure here that's temporary shelving is going to need to be removed, all the way to the studs, which are actually back here. This space would need to be sheetrocked in. Back over here to this wall, we have an alcove here that she would like to be sheetrocked in and have a bench. It's roughly 40 inches in width, but have a bench installed or a stoop with maybe some storage below that window. The window rough opening height right now is 19 inches in height and 36 inches in width and 59 inches in height. We would have to do something about this up here. There's a void, not a void, but a rather large space at the top that would not be able to be covered with sheetrock, so that would have to be built up prior to sheetrocking that in. Moving out of this alcove space here, just one note. When I was moving this radio around, I realized that there was actually 110 available over on this wall. And this space here attached to this stud, this is 122 inches from this wall over here. and it's about 13 inches in height. So there's one duplex outlet here, and it's shared electricity with lighting over in this area. So there's two bulbs in this area here that are running off the same circuit as the outlet there. And then that's the only outlet in this space. Yeah, and then just sheetrock the rest of it off. Cap off these two rails here for these small partitions that are here at the entryway. Install a fan fixture and then some cabinets running along this wall, base cabinets, and around over to here so she can have more storage, and then maybe more cabinets over in this space here where these makeshift shelves are. Maybe a mixture of wall and base, or perhaps some pantry style, whatever the designer, the PSI, comes up with. The last thing that she wants in this space is to have a vanity with a sink, or a cabinet with a sink installed in this area here. So that is to the right of the stair as you enter into the attic space here, and along this wall here outside of where the entry to the mechanicals in the attic are at. Now in this space here we do have a supply right there, hot and cold. Those are the two lines that go to the washer downstairs, the clothes washer, and they are CPVC. The only issue with that, and then we have venting over here. So this is venting for a lot of the stuff that she has downstairs. The problem with putting the sink up here, I think, is tying into a drain somewhere. This is the only room in the upstairs portion of this house. The rest of it is just basically attic. This space was built by the builder to be extended into at some point by the owner. It was just left as a bare finished space, or some would say unfinished space, but it can be built and was intended to be built into as added square footage at a later time if the owner wanted to do that.